First question I want to ask you is about your band. Tell us about your band, Luba, and your new album, and I guess go from there.
Everything that goes along.
Yeah, and everything goes along.
Well, I guess maybe I'll start from the start.
Okay.
We got together about 5 years ago.
Right.
Myself, the drummer, Peter Maranzak, and the guitarist, Mark Lyman, got together one Sunday afternoon. We were bored still. We were going to university, and let's get some excitement into our lives. Yeah. And they called it a jam, and I didn't know what the hell that was, because I was at that point not really into rock so much. I mean, I used to listen to it on the radio, but I was taking classical voice lessons. But I figured, well, you know, what the hell? Let's see what comes out of this. And we got together that afternoon, and it stuck. We didn't have the two other members. Michael Bell came into the band about a year later, and Pierre Marchand about 2.5 years later. And he was, I guess, the last piece in the puzzle. We kept trying to find a keyboard player that would fit. And he was the one to complete the puzzle.
You were talking about your voice training. I was going to get to that too. You've obviously had some then, because you have a very, very strong, powerful voice. You did have a lot of training in it then?
I don't know if my training had anything to do with the power. I think I was born with that.
Oh, great.
I just took the lessons because I wanted to see if it would help me. I knew I was going to sing. There was never anything other than that in my life. You know, I went to university, but I always knew that once I got my degree, this is what I was going to do. Right. And I mean, it does help in a certain sense, and you know, it's like weight training. It builds certain, you know, muscles or something, but it can't make you into a singer. If you know, you either got it or you ain't, as they say.
That sounds decent. Well, you've said too, I've heard numerous times that you've said you're not a typical rock band. How do you see yourself then?
Well, I wouldn't say we're not a typical rock band in the sense of you know, the values that you associate with a typical rock band, partying all night and not for myself, but broads, you know, for the as they say, some not broads, you know, some of the rest of these heavy metal bands, you know, bras and booze and that. We're not like that. We take what we do seriously, and I don't know. I don't feel much of a camaraderie between a lot of these other heavier bands, or not even heavier bands, some, you know, just that typical rock and roll philosophy attitude. You know, we're very normal, very boring people.
Well, I wouldn't go that far. I was going to say, does it bother you that, you know, people tend to stereotype what a band is really like off stage? I mean,
yeah, I think so. I think it's changing now. I hope it is.
Sure.
We've been brought up that way, I guess, you know, to think that, you know, these bands party all night and just, you know, throw chairs out windows and things like that. But I think, you know, the youth today has more of an outlook that is a little more serious, a little more well, I don't know what, but, you know, everybody's getting their college degrees, and you know, they realize that they have a certain part to play in the future of I guess, humanity, or, you know, I don't want to get too deep here, but no. People are you know, realizing the fact that, you know, you can't just party your life away.
Sounds good. Your new album now, let's get to that for just a second. Are you trying to get any messages across there like this?
Yeah, well, I don't, you know, basically want to hit people over their heads with you know, my own personal.
No, let's be honest. Too many people are doing that now, as it is, really.
But I do tend to write from the heart, and if somebody wants to listen to it, it's fine, and somebody wants to, you know, derive something from what I've said, it's great. But I can't see eye to eye with everybody, you know. And I've been getting great reaction. I've been getting a lot of a positive reaction from women.
Mm-hmm.
Be getting little notes everywhere I go. You know, it's great that, you know, you're talking about this, you're trying to get this across, and you know, we don't see too much of that, or we don't hear too much of that these days, and you know, so that's what really pleases me. I mean, I'm not a feminist in you know, a strict sort of way, but I do write from a woman's point of view, because I am a woman.
Right.
I can't write from a guy's point of view.
Well, no, I hope not.
But, you know, so it's nice to hear that people can relate to our music. And,
Great. How's your tour going here in Western Canada?
Very, very, very well.
Good to hear. You'll be touring outside of Canada, I guess, soon?
Well, we hope. Our album was just released about a week and a half ago in the States. Or a week, I'm not sure.
Great.
So we haven't had any word on how it's doing. It's only been a week.
I'm sure you're optimistic.
Oh, yeah.
Great.
So I guess once this is finished, and we'll be coming back here, I think, in a month, all across Canada as an opening act for somebody. So, for somebody, I won't say right now.
Okay.
And perhaps after that, go down to the States.
So you'll probably be passing through Calgary again then, maybe?
Oh, yes, definitely.
Sounds good. In a bigger venue?
Yeah.
Sounds great. Does it bother you, though, that, you know, sometimes the record companies seem to have a problem, or I don't know if it's a problem, but Canadian music is so difficult to market in the U.S. Do you think your chances are good of making it there?
Yeah, I think our chances are good. I think if we're at the right place at the right time, I think that's what really counts. Our record company is doing a heck of a lot for us.
Great.
They're really pushing us. Capital has just been behind us 150, 200%.
That's good.
And I think once this British invasion tends to, you know, die down a little bit. You know, it's great, but I think there are a lot of other bands in a lot of other countries that, you know, should have as much of an opportunity as they do. And we're just as socially conscious and just as innovative and just as progressive or whatever as they are. I tend to think, because we're in such close proximity to the States, they tend to think of us like a younger brother, younger sister, well, you know, whatever. But I think it's changing with bands like Men Without Hats that are breaking the States, and Corey Hart and people like that. I think the market is opening up. That's
good to hear. I understand, too, that your stage show is something that'll probably help you out. A good stage show, you'd call it?
Yeah, well, no big... no gizmos or anything like that, no big light show.
Punches, right.
Yeah, but it's just a lot of energy and a lot of emotion and I don't know what you want to call it. Just it's I go out there and I give as much as I can, and it's usually quite a bit, you know.
Well, that's great. Well, on that note, boy, I hope you can all get out and see Luba. She's playing, of course, on the 29th here, but she's obviously said that she'll be back. So check her out. Check out her new album. And God bless. Thanks for being on the show.
You.
This has been Tony Reno for Universatility.